Now forget about imagining the rest of the process and concentrate. Imagine another spatial body and its external scope and outer equilibrium are matched to Earth's external equilibrium, synchronized. When ST from Earth interact with ST from another spatial body's field, changes in properties can occur. Scoped field interpolation and transmission has just happened. When scoped field interpolation and transmission occurs through multiple spatial bodies, speeds greater than light are achieved because no restriction in the singularity occurs. The exact speeds achieved through constant outer equilibrium transference is unknown to me right now. What I mean is, the ST from one spatial body can swap places with the ST from another spatial body. This can be tapped into and used as faster than light carrier waves. The trick is to make sure your signal stays out of the central equilibriums and out of the other 2/3 of the magnetic field not covered here. All of Earth's technology is based on the central equilibrium in 3-dimensional space. We can achieve 4-dimensional space with these theorems contained herein. I can reveal how to conceal data in the other 2/3 of the dimensions of the magnetic field that I'm not covering here. Signals in these dimensions can be restricted in speed but contain double the data. Saying that, so long as you keep the data out of the central equilibrium's data flows a lot faster. Now I want to carry on and say something about gravity, because gravity is quite important here. Gravity is just pressure. I promised to highlight gravity here. I explain it like this. Take a real obese person, the fattest man alive, open his skin up and scrape all of his fat out from every part of his body, his legs and his arms. Then replace the fat with light durable balloons. Stitch all the skin back together and fill the balloons with helium or hydrogen. Then the man has anti-gravity as he floats towards space. The same can be said differently if you listen to this one. A man is made of 75% water or so. If you could instantly convert all of that water to helium or hydrogen, then the man would fly. That's anti-gravity. The same can be said differently again. Electromagnetic fields hold things together. The more things hold together, the stronger the fields become and the more compressed the atoms become. Heat and pressure build up. Changes take place under pressure and temperature. Then new elements are formed. These tighter compressed, more dense elements allow more atoms to exist in ever decreasing spaces. The tighter the compression, the stronger the magnetic field. Our planet has a molten outer core and a fluidized mantles. This happens because the heat caused by the tightly compressed atoms rubbing constantly against each other. The central core is that compressed it can no longer be fluidized even at the temperature. The central core is that compressed it can no longer be fully fluidized even at the temperatures its constituent elements would usually melt at. This makes the central core seem to be solid. The explanation for this is due to excessive pressure going on past the point where heated atoms can move. If you took a piece of the Earth's central core and kept it at a high temperature and pressure, then brought it to the surface, you could release the pressure and it would more than likely evaporate before cooling and solidifying, then falling back to the surface as the element it is. The reason Earth's surface doesn't seem to be magnetic is because Earth's main magnet is at the centre of our planet, the core, and not at the surface. Some parts of the Earth's crust are magnetic. We dig these bits out and call them rare earth magnets. Take a strong magnet and hold an iron bar 2 feet away from it, not a lot happens. As you move the iron bar close to it, suddenly the magnet attracts the magnet flies through the air and clings to the iron bar. Now imagine the same strong magnet in a wooden sphere being 10 meters in diameter, with a diamagnetic water jacket surrounding that wooden sphere, acting like an aquifer. The iron bar will never attract to the surface of the sphere. However, if you put the sphere in space in a big heated container with gases in the container, the gases will form an atmosphere around the sphere, so long as the container has no magnetic influences at all. Then the gases will separate, with the heavier gases clinging to the surface and the lighter gases forming the stratosphere. Add some liquid water to the heated container, and that water will attract to the sphere and become surface lakes or seas. Humans are full of water, that's why we don't float around. Using this theory, I propose ultra-heating some lead to its evaporation point, seeing if it floats as a gas, collects in a cloud of different isotopes, and the lead rains as different isotopes or in layers of lead. You've been stenged. Gravity needs expanding and rereading to improve. So I haven't quite done it properly. Okay, hope you got some of that.